Hi, it's Louise. Welcome to Louise McKay Art. I don't have a proper introduction today because I'm jumping right in. I'll also be listing the paints in the description. All right, I'm just recording this just to have a record of how this works. So I'm still using the KS Resin palette up, and this is my navy blue here. And then the golden iridescent pearl with some chantilly lace in it. And these paints are definitely thick because they've been sitting around for a couple days. That is my homemade taupe, but they are a good combination of colors. And this is the KS Resin combination, just so I have a verbal record of that. That was my homemade gray that I made for the competition. And this is the last color, my homemade brown, that I started out by using the Van Dyke brown in it. All right, cell activator, which I haven't mixed yet. Not going to use much black. I'm going to use mostly white. And let's get this back to the middle. God, I feel so out of practice. I need to get my blower on. This is my American Floetrol cell activator recipe, titanium white and oxide black, and it's video 141 if you want to go look at that creation video. So I'm resorting to the straw here because the paints are very thick and they just don't want to spread out very well. And the blow was not the best. But just to point out, just because the blow may not be the best and the paints may not be cooperating, you can still make something nice out of it using the straw to push the paint around. So as expected, because the paints have been sitting around, it's definitely gotten thicker. I've covered this before, but just for the new people, I'm spreading out the pillow to the edges so that when I go to spin this, the composition will have an easy flow to the edges and spread out nicely. And I gotta give this a second to come back. It is way concave in the middle. What I mean by concave in the middle is when you're blowing it out, you blow into the paint in the pillow, and it sometimes takes a minute or so to come back before you start to stretch it out. You don't want to stretch it out too soon. You want your center to come back before you start to spin it out. So I think I'm going to voice over the rest of this because my heater came on and it always makes it very difficult to hear as it's right over my head and it just blows like crazy. I'm also going to pick up the pace through the spinning portion because you can see what's going on. So for any new folks, all I'm doing here is just cleaning up the spinner in between each spin so that I don't have paint flying everywhere. And I'm recycling it. I will then refurbish it by straining it and then putting it back into production again. Probably just making some coasters. Because honestly, the pillow that you use doesn't have to be perfectly white, especially if you're using really bold colors on top of it. You can make something really cool even with the recycled paint. And just so you all know, this CD and another is going to my friend up the street, who we have been collaborating with each other. I make him clock faces like this, and then he helps me with bases, and between the two of us we end up turning out really cool clocks. It's really a lot of fun. So the thumbnail of this video and the final reveal at the end of this video is his creation using this clock face in it. And I'm going to flash up his website to give him credit here. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the thumbs up and the bell, and you'll get all my latest videos. Here's the final clock. Pretty cool, huh?